Today's beach is one of the top ranked beaches on the island and is often compared to Megan's Bay. Located on the northeast side of the island and right before Red Hook, today's review is Sapphire Beach. Starting with how to get there. I personally like to use Google Maps to get around the island, but sometimes it does lead me astray, like in the case of Sapphire Beach. The blue line is where Google Maps takes me, and the blue circle is where the actual entrance is. So I recommend typing in Sapphire Beach Resort to get to the correct spot. You'll know you're at the correct entrance when you see this blue sign that says Sapphire Beach Resort and Marina. After you turn in, there's going to be this little booth. Just tell them that you're headed to the beach and they'll let you right on in. You don't have to pay or anything. Do be careful when parking though, because there are a ton of potholes everywhere. So just be careful. After you park and head on over to the entrance, you'll immediately see the beach bar. This is a cute little shop with coffee, ice cream, and a couple of amenities like sunscreen, masks, snorkels, underwater phone cases, small things like that. If you head to the left of the bar, you're going to find a cute little boutique, and you're also going to find a restaurant called Paradise Pie. They serve pizza and wings, among other things, and it was actually pretty good. I've been there a few times, and depending on how busy they are will depend on how long you get your food. I've been there where it takes almost 30 minutes, but I've also been there when it takes close to 5 minutes. Now, if you head to the right of the bar, you're going to find the Sapphire Beach Bar Grill. They serve appetizers, burgers, and sandwiches, along with a ton of different kinds of frozen drinks. There are also a few lawn-type games set up, such as cornhole, and they also have my personal favorite amenity, a shower. There were a few booths set up on the right. One of them was kind of like a crafts table, and the other one was a place to rent snorkel gear. Also on the right side, there was a nice sand volleyball court. There are obviously a lot of amenities at Sapphire, which is great because it is a very busy beach. Unlike Megan's or Koki, where the crowds kind of come and go with the cruise ships, Sapphire is almost always busy due to the fact that it's on a resort. This is considered to be a very slow day, but you can still see how many people there are. I think the biggest drawback to Sapphire is the lack of actual sand to set up on. You can kind of see it in this clip, but the beach looks super short and small. And this was during a somewhat low tide, so when the tide rises, the beach only gets smaller. However, it is a fairly long beach, so people can spread out, but Sapphire can definitely get very packed. If you're interested in snorkeling, you can really enter the water wherever you want and then swim to wherever you want to go. Personally, my favorite spot to enter is to the right of these rocks. If you head over to the right, you're going to find this rock shelf / reef shelf. That's where the best snorkeling is going to be, so that's where I like to start. You just need to find the little patch of sand that leads out into the ocean so you're not stepping on any rocks. But once you find it, you can basically start snorkeling right away. As soon as I put my head in the water, I found this cute little school of fish. Like I said before, you can basically snorkel wherever you want on this beach. If you head to the left, you're going to find more grass seabeds, but if you continue heading to the right, you're going to find more of these rock structures with corals and fish. Not only were there tons of fish, but I also found about 10 squid. I love squid. They are so freaking cool and funny looking, and I love watching them. They just change their colors. They are so freaking cool to me. I think they're one of the coolest animals in the ocean. I'm not sure how normal it is to see squid at Sapphire, but I do know that it's not the first time they've been seen here. Someone I know was snorkeling here about a month ago, and they also saw squid. But don't worry, even if you don't see any squid, you are for sure going to see tons of fish everywhere. This might be the best, or at least one of the top snorkeling spots that I've been to so far. But there's still more. If you so desire and really want to get away from the crowds, you can swim out pretty far. I don't necessarily recommend it because there's not that much to see, but there aren't going to be a lot of people out there. This is what most of Sapphire looks like. It's a lot of seagrass beds. This is what you'll find if you swim straight out and don't go left or right. Now, you're not going to find as much wildlife as you would towards the rocks and coral, but you are still going to find some fish, possibly stingrays, or I have heard an eagle ray has been known to make an appearance. And finally, this is what the left side of the beach looks like. It seems very similar to the right side, but there was not as much life on this side. I'm not sure why. It just seemed a lot more dead than the right side. I know everyone has been trembling with excitement to hear my final review, so worry not. Let's get started. Water quality and sand quality are probably a 9 out of 10. The sand does have a few rocks here and there, which can get you if you're not paying attention. But other than that, very nice sand. And the water was also super clear and very warm, actually. Snorkeling and activities is also probably a 9 out of 10. The snorkeling here is amazing, and the only reason I didn't give it a 10 out of 10 is because most of the beach is the seagrass, which does not hold a lot of life. There are games set up like cornhole and sand volleyball courts, and on windier days, there's even kite surfing. Amenities are honestly probably a 10 out of 10. They have 2 restaurants, a bar, a boutique, a little cafe that also doubles as a small convenience store, a bathroom, a shower, everything. This is also a pretty accessible beach with tons of parking. So even when it gets really busy, odds are you're still going to be able to find a spot. Even though the crowd level can vary at this beach, overall it's still one of the more crowded beaches. Despite that, I think Sapphire is a great beach, and I would probably give it a 9 out of 10 overall. I hope you enjoyed that slice of paradise. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have a St. Thomas beach that you want me to review, let me know in the comments. See you next time.